The story of Donald Trump's return to the presidency is unprecedented in American history. Never before has a former president, already a figure of such controversy, reclaimed the Oval Office while facing such a complex web of legal challenges. Not only is he leading the country, but he's also a defendant in multiple ongoing civil lawsuits. These cases are unfolding in real time, with the world watching every development and every legal maneuver. While his election victory halted the criminal cases against him, the civil cases continue, revealing new details about his personal and business life. The legal process is relentless, and the scrutiny is more intense than ever. America now watches a split screen. On one side, a president at work, and on the other, a defendant under legal scrutiny. The contrast is striking, and it's reshaping how the nation views the presidency itself. These civil lawsuits aren't about prison. They're about money, reputation, and accountability. The stakes are enormous, not just for Trump, but for the standards of public office. But in the process, they're exposing evidence and testimony that paint a fuller picture of the man in the Oval Office. Every deposition, every document adds another layer to the public's understanding. The criminal cases are frozen, shielded by the presidency, but the civil cases are alive and moving forward. The legal machinery grinds on, undeterred by political power. Legal precedents ensure that even a sitting president isn't above the law in private matters. The courts are testing the limits of presidential immunity and accountability. Each new document and witness statement adds to an expanding puzzle of Trump's past. The picture that emerges is complex, sometimes contradictory, but always revealing. This is a real-time exploration of a public figure's history, compelled by the force of law. The nation is witnessing history as it happens, with every headline and court filing. The evidence emerging isn't rumor, it's sworn testimony, financial records, and emails. These are facts, scrutinized in open court, and they carry real weight. These cases are providing a steady stream of new information, shaping the public's understanding of Trump. Every day brings new revelations, and the story continues to evolve. What we're witnessing is a live, unfolding drama with real consequences. The stakes are not just personal, but national, affecting the very fabric of American democracy. This essay will dive into why the criminal cases stopped, how the civil cases continue, and what we're learning about Trump's past. We'll examine the legal strategies, the courtroom battles, and the broader implications for the presidency. The legal journey is complex, but it's rewriting the public record in ways never seen before. The outcome will shape not only Trump's legacy, but also the future of presidential accountability. Let's explore how this extraordinary legal saga is unfolding before our eyes, and what it means for the nation moving forward. Before his 2024 victory, Donald Trump faced an unprecedented legal storm. Historic criminal charges ranging from election interference to mishandling classified documents to racketeering in Georgia. The nation watched as a former president became a criminal defendant, a spectacle never before seen in American history. These cases threatened not only his personal freedom but also cast a long, uncertain shadow over his campaign and the future of American politics. But after Trump's election win, a long-standing Department of Justice policy took effect. A sitting president cannot be criminally prosecuted no matter the charges or the evidence. Federal prosecutors, including Special Counsel Jack Smith, were forced to drop the charges. This wasn't an exoneration. Trump wasn't cleared of wrongdoing. Instead, the law simply changed because he became president again. State-level cases, which had once seemed poised to move forward, met similar fates and ground to a halt. The Manhattan hush money conviction resulted in no jail time, and the Georgia case stalled indefinitely after the lead prosecutor was removed, leaving both cases in limbo. The principle is clear and absolute. A sitting president can't be prosecuted by state or federal courts, regardless of the accusations. The criminal cases are now frozen in time, their evidence and charges left unresolved, gathering dust for at least 4 years, while the legal process stands still. This legal shield is one of the most powerful and controversial benefits of the presidency, protecting its occupant from prosecution. It halts the criminal justice system in its tracks, regardless of how strong the evidence may be or how serious the allegations. For now, Trump is shielded from criminal conviction, able to govern without the immediate threat of a courtroom verdict. But the public record of the charges and evidence remains, a story half told, waiting for a future reckoning when the pause is finally lifted. The criminal threat is paused, not erased. The legal questions and moral debates linger, unresolved. The nation is left with unanswered questions, unfinished business, and a justice system waiting for the clock to start again. While criminal cases are paused, the legal drama surrounding Donald Trump is far from quiet. Civil lawsuits against Trump are moving forward, continuing to unfold in courtrooms across the country. Civil cases, unlike criminal ones, are about private disputes, money, reputation, and accountability. They often involve individuals or businesses seeking damages or justice for harm done, rather than the government prosecuting a crime. A 1997 Supreme Court ruling allows a sitting president to be sued for private conduct, setting a powerful precedent that still shapes today's legal landscape. The New York civil fraud lawsuit is the most significant, with Trump ordered to pay over $450 million for inflating property values. This case has sent shockwaves through the business and political worlds. Trump is appealing, but the case keeps his business practices in the spotlight, fueling public debate and media scrutiny. The E. Jean Carroll defamation cases are also ongoing, drawing national attention to issues of accountability and personal conduct. Juries have awarded her nearly $90 million after finding Trump liable for sexual assault and defamation, a historic outcome in high-profile civil litigation. Trump's appeals have failed to erase these damaging findings, and the legal consequences continue to mount. A new lawsuit from the exonerated five whom Trump defamed during a debate is also proceeding, adding yet another layer to his legal woes. These cases aren't blocked by the presidency, they're exposing Trump's business and personal history in court, with every hearing bringing new revelations. The civil front is relentless, and the presidency offers no shield. The legal process grinds on, regardless of political power. Each case adds to the public record, shaping Trump's legacy, and influencing how history will remember him. The legal action is far from over. As new lawsuits emerge and old ones continue, the battles in America's courtrooms show no sign of ending soon. The heart of these civil cases is discovery, the legal process that forces both sides to share evidence. Lawyers can demand documents, emails, and sworn testimony, even from a sitting president. For Trump, who's guarded his business secrets for decades, discovery is a major challenge. Judges can compel compliance, making private information public. Discovery has exposed years of financial records, internal communications, and depositions. Much of this evidence becomes public record, accessible to journalists and the public. The process is slow but relentless, driven by the rules of the justice system, not politics. Civil discovery is unlocking vaults of information about Trump's empire and conduct. This forced transparency is reshaping what we know about the president. The New York civil fraud case is a prime example of discovery in action. Trump's financial records, once secret, were exposed, showing inflated property values and misleading statements. His penthouse was listed at nearly 3 times its actual size, adding hundreds of millions to his net worth on paper. Trump and his children testified under oath, their explanations now part of the public record. Judge Engoron's ruling called the financial statements a fantasy world, not just exaggerations. The case, still on appeal, has replaced myth with evidence, fundamentally changing the public's view of Trump's business career. All of this was made possible by the relentless power of civil discovery. The E. Jean Carroll cases revealed a different side of Trump, his personal conduct. Carroll accused Trump of sexual assault. He denied it, leading to defamation lawsuits. Discovery brought forward testimony from Carroll and other women, plus the infamous Access Hollywood tape. Trump's videotape deposition, where he confused Carroll for his ex-wife, was played for the jury. Juries found him liable for sexual assault and defamation, awarding Carroll nearly $90 million. These verdicts are now a permanent, court-validated record of his conduct. The civil suits forced a public reckoning, judged not by the media, but by a jury of his peers. Trump's legal battles reached the Supreme Court, reshaping presidential power. In July 2024, the court ruled a president can't be prosecuted for official acts, even if corrupt, creating a broad new shield. This delayed federal cases and made prosecution before the election impossible. In March, the court also ruled states can't remove Trump from the ballot. Only Congress can enforce the insurrection clause. These rulings set powerful precedents. Criminal accountability for presidents is now harder, but civil lawsuits for private conduct remain. The result is a dual reality. Trump is shielded from criminal charges for official acts, but exposed to civil liability for his private life. The legal landscape for presidents has changed, perhaps forever. The consequences will echo far beyond Trump's time in office. Trump now governs while navigating a minefield of civil litigation. The presidency shields him from criminal prosecution, but civil cases continue, unearthing and documenting his history. Financial records and personal testimonies are now part of the public record, validated by the courts. Every document, deposition, and verdict adds to an unauthorized biography written in real time. This process ensures Trump's past is exposed, even as he wields presidential power. The appeals will continue, and new lawsuits may emerge. The ultimate consequences, political and historical, are still unknown. The American legal system has created an unprecedented situation. Prosecution paused, discovery ongoing. Trump's legacy will be shaped not just by his policies but by the facts revealed in these court battles. The final verdict is still being written,